Hello, my beautiful collective. My name is Calum. I'm an empath, a psychic, and an oracle of sorts. And welcome to Full Mental Alchemy. I don't know if I'm going to post this. I might. I wasn't really. I don't know why I pressed record. This is the third reading I've done tonight. It feels like there's been a message waiting to come out that has yet to. And I talked about this in one of the last readings. I tried to channel into this energy the other night, and I got like overwhelmed by it. It just completely threw me off track. I was getting so distracted. There were countless interruptions, and I just couldn't reel it in. So we're gonna be patient with this. We're gonna take our time with it. And I feel like that's the shift that needs to take place here. The message is the need to slow down, to reel it in. I'm gonna pull cards, but I'm kind of just giving myself a moment to adjust to the fact that I'm doing a reading because I was about to drive home. But as I was like packing my cards, I didn't. Usually my mic is the first thing I turn off and I put away, but I didn't touch it, and I think it's a sign. And I feel like there's something in that, like don't put the mic down. It's time to speak. I'm hearing it's your turn. You have to say what you need to. Um, One of the channeled songs I channeled the other night was Crawling by Linkin Park. Specifically, crawling in my skin, these wounds, they will not heal. Fear is how I fall, confusing what is real. I gotta be patient with this energy. This is gonna be a slow-paced reading, and I'm coming to terms with that. That's okay. And I think I had to do the two readings before this to get into the state to do this reading, because the first one, even though it was a shorter reading, it I don't know, it took me like 20 minutes to understand what was going on in the energy. And that energy isn't connected to this. I'm merely thinking about how I was conducting myself while doing these readings. Um, there was just a contrast between me taking things really slow and moving really fast. And I feel like there's something there, striking some kind of balance, finding comfort in how long it takes to do something, and also not burning out too quickly. Temperance. You need to balance yourself in the face of something, in the face of yourself. We're going to pull some Moonology to get us started. Wow. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So, the energy is gaining momentum. So, this feels like it's going to be a love reading. It's time to release negativity. I could not read that card. Mostly because my eyes were adjusted. A cop just drove by with his, like, searchlight on, and it fucking blinded me. My eyes are having to readjust to the lighting in here. And then the card on the bottom of the deck is Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. Yeah. So, I already forgot what the cards we pulled were. New romantic cycle begins. The energy is gaining momentum. And work through your fears. Or wait. A time to release negativity. Oh, and this is the full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio energy could be significant. Libra energy could be significant. Heavy Scorpio, though, with the new moon and full moon. And the new moon and full moon both being here, I feel like is kind of talking about the maybe recognition of a cycle or the end of one. And again, how I was talking about that contrast between taking things really slow or going really fast. It's like finding that equilibrium. And also the energy is gaining momentum card is the waning moon, which kind of feels like the midpoint between the new moon and the full moon. I know it's not exactly, the waning moon is not halfway, but stick with me with the examples. The moon is on the bottom of the deck here. We have the Queen of Swords. Ten of Swords. The Page of Cups. What's the Ten of Swords? Give me a moment. I'm gonna just figure this out. Seems like you're on guard. But at the same time, you're looking for it. It's like a lot of contrast here. Like you're in one vein. There's a part of you that is really keeping yourself closed off. Not really allowing. I'm hearing allowing yourself to be free. But also, there's a part of you that's looking for a new beginning. looking for a chance to love freely. We're going to look at this as a love reading. I wasn't really expecting it to go that way, but that's what we're doing. And I feel like part of the issue with wanting to move forward, to start something new, ooh, is being kind of unwilling to dive deeply into another person, but also to recognize that you're worthy of more. It feels like you're kind of turning a blind eye to yourself. Some feelings of unworthiness, and the way you're like displaying that internal sense of feeling unworthy is by keeping yourself guarded, not allowing people in. Ooh. But deep down, you know you're worth it. You know that you're deserving of recognition, deserving of the chance to like show what you're capable of, because I do think you are capable. But the coming into like power with yourself involves leaving an identity that feels safe behind. My throat is so dry. And I have no water. That is the last of it. The throat chakra could be significant, which involves communication, speaking your truth, being... I mean, it has to do with communication. It seems like there's something that you're maybe struggling to communicate, maybe communicate with yourself. For advice, I pulled the Five of Wands. I feel like there's something that you're needing to confront. And I pulled Death. An internal conflict. Maybe not even internal. It could be external. But it feels like you need to stop distracting yourself from what's going on internally. Like, I'm hearing it's time to get serious about about what you want out of your life, out of your love life. And you can apply this to any area. I'm just getting a heavy sense of like the way that you show up in relationships. the advice here is the Five of Wands, Death, and Eight of Pentacles. Like, it's time to... I think you need to look around at how you're building relationships and what you're getting out of your um, way of being, because it feels like you're keeping yourself kind of stuck and not giving yourself time to think about um, why you feel the way you do. That was the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I was trying to show you, but you can't fucking see. Um, and Death and Eight of Pentacles, I feel like is also showing that, like, if you make a change for yourself, if you reinvent yourself, I think it will prove to be very rewarding. But I think part of it has to do with the validation of others. Um, like your... wow. It seems like this conflict stems from, there's like parts of yourself that feel inadequate. And based on what I'm seeing here, in the external, we've got the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. And what I'm getting from this is it just feels like there's... the easy thing to do is to, as you like avoid um as you avoid recognizing yourself, or how do I put that? Like, it seems like the validation of others allows you to continue to um it feels like hide behind this false sense of empowerment. Like, it's like, because other people tell me that I'm good enough, then I must be good enough. But also, like, as you tell yourself that mistruth, inside you feel inadequate because you're not really... the people that you're getting validation from aren't like... I'm hearing people you look up to. But then there's also an energy of what seems like a chance for growth that comes with a lot of work. And I feel like it comes with a lot of looking yourself in the eye, facing the internal conflict within you, being open and honest with yourself and the person in front of you. This is an intense one. I haven't had a reading like this in a minute. Yeah, it seems like it requires a lot of empathy, both for yourself and other people. But it seems like there's some idea that you want, some idea of love or a relationship in general. And love doesn't inherently mean like a romantic relationship. Love can show up in a lot of ways. This could be family, friends. Um, take it how it resonates. But it seems like you have fears that you're not going to be up for the task, that by cutting out the external validation from people that don't support your truest goals, that you won't receive that validation anywhere else. And I think that's a double-edged sword, that way of thinking, because it's like you're not going to receive that validation. That's the point. The point is being able to provide that validation for yourself. It seems like you have a fear of, by stepping away from situations, people, lovers, friends, even family that don't align with what you truly believe, you're going to feel really imbalanced. And I think there's some truth to that. I'm going to confirm that fear for you, because you will feel imbalanced at first, but we have judgment in reverse. The thing is, you have to recognize that by accepting what truly matters to you and being able to consciously say, like, I don't want to be like these people, it gives you the chance to grow into what you do want to be. You have to go through this kind of like dark night of the soul. Again, death is in the advice. You kind of have to kill off your old self. And I feel like right now you're in a lot of pain because you're so conflicted about it. You feel trapped in a situation you don't want to be in. But the future energy is the Page of Cups. I think you need to stop thinking about the what ifs, the what could be's, what should be's. Start thinking about what is within you. Think about the way that you're truly feeling, the way that people are making you feel, and whether that is truly how you want to feel. And kind of taking action that can change that, you know? I don't know. It seems like there's, with where you're at, it feels like you're in this weird dichotomy of feeling completely worthless and also on top of the world. This is just what I'm seeing in the cards. It seems like you get a lot out of the validation of others, but also like that feeds some kind of that insecurity where it feels like you kind of have to play a role, otherwise you won't receive that validation. And that's why in the subconscious we have the Six of Swords. There seems to be this desire to not want to play some kind of role, to uphold some kind of expectation for yourself, an expectation that doesn't truly align with you. I feel like you're not who people think you are, and you're kind of avoiding some internal journey. We have the Psychonaut I just pulled for the subconscious, and that's like the Magician. And it's this need to recognize that you are I don't know. Your fears are a reflection of the way you feel about yourself in some ways. And while you are in a confusing moment right now, it seems like you're on the precipice of something very life-changing. Um, what I'm seeing is growth in the outcome. A There's a heavy energy of self-empowerment, of breaking the chains of your current reality and allowing yourself to expand into the fullest potential of what you could be. I'm seeing you prioritizing yourself, switching your perspective, and recognizing that also a lot of what doesn't resonate about this situation has to do with the fact that you're not in alignment with what is around you. And I feel like once you have that recognition, once you step into that recognition and act on it and make changes to your life in response, you're going to see a lot of shifts, a lot of expansion. But at first, it's going to look like a tower moment. It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be scary. And, honestly, with the Ten of Swords being your current energy, you could be in the midst of that right now. But know that the pain doesn't last forever. Once the darkness subsides, once you come to terms with it and you allow that dark night of the soul to pass and you start to affirm that this is for the better, I think there's going to be a real chance for growth, a real chance for you to start acting by what you truly believe in. And I feel like we're going to get to love in a second. Because this has been very mindset focused, along with relationships and stuff. But I think it goes hand in hand. Because, I don't know, there's something I heard recently that, like, whether you like it or not, you are a reflection of, like, the 5 people closest to you or something like that. I don't know. I heard it on Anakin Insights channel. Or, like, you become the 5 people you're closest to. That's what it was. And I think there's a need to recognize when the only purpose that people are serving in your life is to make you feel comfortable. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that, like, my motto is uncomfortability breeds growth. If somebody's comfort is a good thing, but if you get too comfortable, you're going to stay stagnant. And it feels like the people around you aren't pushing you to grow. They may be reinforcing some harmful behaviors that keep you doing things that don't help you. It's time to look in the mirror and ask yourself what it is you truly want. I have to pee so bad. It's always these intense, deep messages that get interrupted by me having to piss. I'll just cry about it. This might be another one where I have to pause it and find a bathroom. That's a bridge we will cross in a moment. Maybe I should do that now before we get into the next section of the reading. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. As I was walking to the bathroom, I was hearing, like, because it was dark in the bathroom, and there was like a sense of fear that came up in me in walking into a dark room. And it felt reminiscent of this message in, like, don't be afraid to walk through the dark for a moment. Because it's only for a moment. Soon you'll be back in the light. Soon the sun will come up. I hope my mic caught that audio. I turned my mic off when I went to the bathroom, and I turned it back on, and it might not have connected. So whether that makes it in the video or not, we'll see. I'm fucking tired, so I think we're probably going to close the reading here soon. But we're going to pull some cards directed at love. And we'll just see what comes out, like what you can expect. Or not really what you can expect, but what you can hope to find once you're through all of the trials that you're experiencing or about to experience, or you have experienced. I think this is going to reach a lot of different people at different points on their journey. But let's see. Okay. We had the Page of Cups come out again. I think that as you align more fully with what you truly want, what actually matters to you, you're going to find everything you've been looking for. Like real, lighthearted, expressive love. Love that makes you feel empowered, that pushes you to chase your goals, that pushes you to open yourself up. Because there was like such a... There was a sense in the initial spread of like kind of showing up as one person and having this like secret self that's like deeper within. The lighting here is worse. Turn that brightness up. And I feel like this love that you can expect in your future, yeah, it's one that pushes boundaries. It's one that's going to take you places. Everything you've ever wanted. One of the cards I pulled is literally the World. That's why I'm saying this. It's like that end-all be-all. But I think that in a lot of ways it's going to be there's going to be a lot of self-love too. Like, you're going to experience the chance to like embody self-love in a relationship. I think that there's a real chance for you to build something of substance. And also, like, the sun just came out. Like, experience true happiness. Okay, holy shit. I put on my sweater. I've done this the last few times. It's chilly out. I thought it was going to be colder in my car, and it was for a moment. I put on my sweater. Now I'm fucking sweating. Who the thunk? Who the thunk? There's even a message in that. It's like, you're having to put your sweater on for a moment as you experience some difficult, scary shit. But you only have to wear it for a moment. Eventually you'll come out, the Six of Wands, and you're going to get the recognition that you've always desired, but recognition for who you truly are by embodying that energy of the sun. Like, there's so much more warmth around this. And it's not because my body is hot. Like, internally, it feels... It's like making me emotional. It feels true. Like, this is going to be true to you. To who you have always been. Who you've always wanted to be. But, you know, this can't come in until you purge all that is not in alignment with that deepest truth. I feel like there's someone observing you. Why do I get that feeling? I just got like the vibe of another energy in your field. A King of Wands. And that's so interesting because for your initial spread, getting your energy, I got the Queen of Wands. And in that last spread around love, I got the Queen of Wands. And this feels like a counterpart. Somebody ready to meet you where you're at and conquer with you. Wow. We're just going to pull on this King of Wands now. The energy is heavily mirroring. Hold on. Dude. Oh, wait. Like, I'm pulling a bunch of the same cards as for your spread. Like, this King of Wands figure seems like they've been going through the same sort of experience. Like, their current energy is the Eight of Wands. And that's what I pulled as the outcome for your energy earlier. Oh, my mic is about to die. We're going to have to wrap it up quick. But in the subconscious, we have the Psychonaut and the Page of Cups. Like, this is somebody that is, like, down to their core, very open-hearted and one to explore their deeper truths, their shadow. Not afraid to explore that darkness. I'm gonna flip this around so I can just see it in the thing and know if the mic dies. But in the conscious, we have the Six of Swords. What is that talking about? Temperance. In the future energy for this person, I pulled the Hierophant. That can be a card of marriage. It's neither here nor there. It seems like this is a person that has their priorities straight. Someone with a strong sense of justice. That came up as the challenge to their current energy. So this might be someone that's a little righteous by nature. Which low-key almost seems like a counterbalance to your energy. And that it feels like they are unwilling to not do the right thing. But it's in this, like, Page of Swords sort of way of being, like, a very free spirit. It's like, I cannot be contained. Which almost feels like the full embodiment of what lessons you're learning right now. I just pulled the Nine of Swords. They've got some kind of anxiety around something. I'm going to start a new spread. I hope my mic does not die. That would suck. That would suck. I have been battling my microphone because I keep forgetting to plug it in. Like, take it inside and plug it in, because I just keep my mic in my car. So it's just constantly on the verge of death. I don't know, it feels like this person's watching you. Oh. Hold on. It feels like they see the tower moment that's about to take place for you. I got the tower, the Five of Pentacles, and then the World. And the Five of Pentacles, I almost feel like is kind of this helplessness, this sense of feeling helpless in the situation that you're in. But the World came out after that. Oh my god, it just flipped out of my hand. And it feels like they have some kind of larger, or like, not larger, like they're seeing what the tower is leading to, which is the world. It's the end of a cycle. And for now, they're kind of in this hermit energy, just kind of sitting back and observing, focusing on their journey, with an open mind. Page of Swords. Her just taking it all in. Oh, wow. And for their intentions for you, I pulled Judgment. It seems like this person, given that me having said earlier, a strong sense of, like they have this kind of righteous energy to them that I cannot be contained. I feel like it applies in other ways. With Judgment, I also pulled the Ten of Swords, with the Two of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse. And the Ten of Swords, I don't think, is them wanting to, cause the Ten of Swords. It also is in reverse. I forgot to mention that. The Ace of Swords is also in reverse. I kind of forgot about orientation for a sec. It feels like with Judgment, the perspective this person is having on you is kind of from this place of knowing what needs to be done in order for this world energy to manifest. And it feels like with the Ace of Swords in reverse, it's like there's some kind of truth that they're seeing about maybe the situation you're in that it's like they recognize the lesson that you need to learn, the decision you need to make with the Two of Swords. But the Ace of Swords, I think, is also them recognizing that you need to come to that realization on your own. And that's what Judgment is all about here. It seems like they're recognizing the lesson that you're partaking in. That's interesting. The hopes and fears, I pulled the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands in reverse. And then Temperance in reverse. Justice in reverse and the Queen of Cups. I mean, this kind of goes back to your initial spread. Because didn't we literally get these two cards for your initial spread? The Five of Wands and the Six of Wands? In how I was talking about, like, the Five of Wands was your advice. Let there be conflict. I feel like this person, it seems like the fear here with the Six of Wands in reverse, it seems like there's this feeling of sympathy towards you where it's like how do I describe that? Like hoping you don't get discouraged by the chaos of the Five of Wands. That the feelings that come out of that conflict don't cause you too much strife to where you don't pursue yourself. But they hope that you find balance. They're hoping that in you coming out of that situation, you find the capacity to extend grace to yourself and love to yourself and recognize that the way you've been treated in the past was an injustice, was not fair, and that you'll recognize the ways that you need to tend to your own wounds, pour into yourself. We could go into this energy extensively. It feels like there's a lot here. It feels like there's a lot of admiration here. But unfortunately, my microphone is going to die. So we're going to have to cut this short. Maybe we can channel back into this another day. Oh my gosh. Bottom of the deck, we have the Star, the King of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Chariot. And the Psychonaut. I think you need to let yourself be free. the Three of Pentacles as well. I think you need to open your heart and mind into, open your heart and mind up to what is possible for you. Again, going back to tie this all up in a nice little bow, the Moonology cards we pulled. A new romantic cycle begins. Nothing is yet set in stone. It's time to release negativity. And also, it's time to work through your fears. And a lot of your fears came up in your spread. And I think that the message that the universe is trying to communicate especially is that your fears are only holding you back from believing in what is possible. And I think you kind of just need to, oh my God, this card was just kind of sitting like loose on the top of the deck of the Moonology deck. It's New Moon in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say here. It's that you have to have faith in what is possible for you, what you are capable of achieving, and like fucking make it happen, you know? But nothing is yet set in stone. You can reshape your fears, like every day is a new. I was just talking with my dad about this today. That like every day is a new chance to be reborn, to change into the person you want to be, and that can change daily. But it's up to you to take actions that align with what you truly believe in day by day. And I think it's time for you to start really lining up with what you actually believe in, who you want to be, where you want to be, who you want to be with, what you want to do with your life. And the change is entirely up to you. And it's up to you to set the ball in motion, you know? I think that's our message for today. I hope this was able to provide you some confirmation or clarity on what you already intuitively know. I hope it was able to provide you some guidance. Because this was an intense one. Know that all of my messages come from a place of love and to try to help you grow. Anything is possible for you as long as you believe it to be. And I don't say that lightly. Like, your life can change. It's just up to you to make that change happen. The only way to have different experiences is to make different choices. That's something I was talking about in my last reading, and it's funny it's coming up again here. You have the entire world at your fingertips, and I hope you realize that. And I hope you realize how much power you have to change your life. And how deserving you are of that life. Of the love that life has to offer. And I think you deserve so much better than what you're currently allowing. Anyway, that's enough. Enough yapping. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so by reaching out on Instagram at Full Mental Alchemy with an underscore before and after. Again, my name is Calum. This has been Full Mental Alchemy, and I hope to see you again. I appreciate you sticking around if you stayed the course of this reading. Yeah, I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful moment in time, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.